On Christmas Eve, so hopefully everyone can go home early, spend some time with their family, and cozy up by the fire because it's going to be cold even if it is dry, right?
Yeah, definitely going to be cold today for sure, but we won't see that rain, snow, kind of slush that fell. You saw it yesterday.
Yeah.
It was pretty incredible. So very wet day we saw. You could see some of that moisture that was moving through southwestern Idaho, most of it down by the Nevada-Idaho border. So of course, some difficult driving conditions outside of the Treasure Valley, some even winter driving conditions on your way to Mountain Home this morning because many of those temperatures are down to freezing. So pay attention to that if you are headed to possibly Mountain Home Air Force Base this morning. It could be just a little bit icy in both directions out there. Taking a look at what we saw yesterday, temperatures above normal. Once again, we saw a high of 42 for our daytime high yesterday. That is a little bit above that average mark in the mid-30s. Today, much closer to that 36 degrees. Now, it's interesting when we see the moisture come into effect, the cloud cover sort of keeps that daytime heating in. So for the most part, the moisture coming, we actually have some warmer temperatures out there. Now we're going to see drier and colder temperatures. So unfortunately, not going to see the snow out there, not in the Treasure Valley, not a white Christmas, but maybe good news if you still have traveling to do. Currently 35 at the Boise Airport, as I mentioned before, Mountain Home down to the freezing mark. So a possibility of finding some icy patches on I-84 near Mountain Home today. In the Treasure Valley, not as icy, but do pay attention to those bridges and overpasses. It is a possibility you could encounter some ice out there. Most of that wet weather moved off to the east of us for now. We are going to see some clearing today, a little bit of sunshine peeking through, but as we take a wider look at the Pacific, you can see another low pressure system that does have a lot of moisture associated with it, and also a cold front going to roll through for the middle of this week. So a little bit of drying in between the low pressure system we saw move off to the east yesterday, mostly dry for the next 2 days, and then some more wet weather on the way. So probability of seeing a white Christmas, yet not going to happen for the Treasure Valley. If you want to see snow on the ground, you're going to have to go up to the west central mountains, possibly the Sawtooths, but do take it easy on those roadways to those mountain areas. We did see plenty of snowfall last night in our central mountains of Idaho. It has since wrapped up. This morning we'll see it wrap up for the rest of the state and then move on to Wyoming, also in parts of eastern Utah, and then it's going to continue to move off from there. So drying in store for the next couple of days, looking pretty good for your travel outlook. At least winter driving conditions, you can plan on that because it is winter after all, but just not as dicey as it could be. Temperatures in the Treasure Valley today not really getting above that mid to upper 30s mark. Snow showers possible for the west central mountains. More snow accumulating today, 2 to 3 inches. In the Sawtooths, probably another 1 to 3 inches that will accumulate today. Mid-20s, that's all they're going to make it up to, and that wind chill there making it feel like 10 or 17 below zero. So very, very chilly in those mountain locations. Breezy for the Magic Valley today, and temperatures much closer to normal. Taking a look at the on your side extended forecast, you see how those temperatures are much closer to normal for the Treasure Valley for the extended period. But look how those morning lows really drop off for next weekend, seeing them down into the teens. 14 degrees to start the day on Saturday. Man, I got to tell you, I ran the Christmas run, the YMCA Christmas run on Saturday, did the full 10K. It was 2 miles, 2.1 miles uphill. That was, yeah, didn't
I'm sure you
train for
feel
it.
great this morning.
I'm moving a little slow, but I have to say, I could not believe how warm it was. I was shocked. It was about 50 degrees when we actually did the run.
Wow.
And then we saw all of that moisture move in for yesterday. So it was really, really a lucky weather outlook for that, and I'm glad it's not next Saturday to start the day at 14 degrees.
It's hard to run on those cold days because you've got to bundle up your hands and everything, but by the time you've gone a mile and a half, you're so sweaty you wish you could take it all off.
I did. I took off my fitted pajamas. I had to tie them around my waist. It was a little funny looking.
Well, good for you. Hopefully you can move throughout the day
We'll see. I'll
as it
stretch.
continues. All right, thanks, Bree. 5